So we are here for the NCAA Women's College Basketball Scores for Tuesday, January 27th, 2026. So we had a few games that I talked about in the whip round. And there was also some games that I didn't mention on the whip round. I'm going to talk about. So we had number 14 Baylor. Houston played close with Baylor, number 14 Baylor, but it was really that second quarter 18-8 run. Otherwise, Houston could have otherwise. It was pretty close. I mean, the first was 18-11. Still, I mean, it was still really close. It wasn't like, Houston could have gone back into it, but they just kept it close, though. If it wasn't for a little bit of that second quarter, maybe it would have been a lot closer, The number 14 Baylor wins 82-66 over Houston. The Houston Cougars. Baylor Bears. Number Utah. The Utah Utes. They just defeated the number 22 West Virginia Mountaineers. It was really close. And West Virginia made it a game late, too, by Utah turning the ball over a bunch. Really like rushing shot. Like early, both teams missed shots. West Virginia and Utah. But then West Virginia went on a run. And Utah went cold. Just kind of rushing, even though they were using time. But they still missed shots. And then West Virginia went a little bit cold in that fourth. This like a big in that like the middle of the fourth. After Utah took that timeout, they scored a couple more. And then Utah went on a run of their own, and that really hurt. West Virginia not making shots, going on a run and not making shots. That kind of hurts. If you're that kind of hurt if you're West Virginia, but Utah ended up pulling out late with some made free throws, and Utah wins 71-64 in the game that was supposed to be played on Sunday, but got postponed due to the weather. UNC Wilmington at Campbell, instead of being a Monday game, they moved it to the teams Wilmington, North Carolina, and Campbell from Battle Creek, North Carolina. Buies Creek, North Carolina, my bad. Campbell wins it 67-61 over UNC Wilmington. And then Tulsa defeated Florida Atlantic 77-58 in that one. That was a moved up game due to the weather. That was supposed to be played. I believe was 6 Eastern or 7 Eastern, but it got moved up to 5 Eastern due to the weather. 4 local time in Tulsa got moved up due to the weather in Tulsa, the rain, the sleet, and freezing rain and that. So, so got moved up a little bit. But Tulsa ended up winning that one 77-58. Wichita State, they defeated East Carolina. That's a stunning upset. Wichita State has been playing better as of late, but still, East Carolina was a game that you thought East Carolina might win. It's going to be close though if they win. But no, Wichita State pulls up by 9. 63-54. In overtime, South Florida defeats Charlotte 66-60. Villanova did not dominate in Providence. Villanova did not dominate. It was just a little win, like 5 in the first, tied in the second, and then 4, 8, 7 in the third, and 3 in the fourth. Really, it wasn't like as much, just, but Villanova does end up winning 83-68. Purdue for Wayne, it was close the whole game, but just that fourth quarter. Purdue Fort Wayne was actually down 3, 40-37 in the third, but Purdue Fort Wayne ended up scoring 23 points in that fourth And Robert Morris went cold in that fourth quarter, pretty much only making a couple of shots in that fourth quarter. 60-46, as Purdue Fort Wayne goes 8-4 in the Rise League now. It'll be if Youngstown State loses to bottom of the conference, Detroit Mercy. They will, if Detroit Mercy, who is at the bottom of the conference, in the Rise League conference, if they can, if on Thursday they play, Detroit Mercy and Youngstown play, so if Detroit Mercy wins that, Purdue Fort Wayne will be second in the conference with the head-to-head, because Purdue Fort Wayne and Youngstown already played. Youngstown got the win over Purdue Fort Wayne. If Robert Morris would have won, they would have been in second, because regardless of Youngstown, because they actually had the head-to-head win over Youngstown in the first matchup of the season. So and then Tulane at Memphis was postponed due to the weather. They could play on, they don't play anymore. No, if Tuesday night games, those two teams don't. So they could be playing on Tuesday night, like a Tuesday night game. Or but I mean, I guess not a Tuesday night, but a Monday night. I should say a Monday night game, because neither team really plays on Tuesdays, and they play Wednesdays or Thursdays. So so the best case scenario for those teams would have to be a day in February where it's a day in February where it's a Tuesday night, Monday night game, because if you play on Saturday and then you play Monday, and if you have a Wednesday game, you don't want to do a back-to-back days game. You have a game on Tuesday, then you have a game on Wednesday. You don't want to do that. So you're probably gonna have it where it's a Saturday, a Monday, a Wednesday, and a Saturday game, I would guess. So, because all these schools are doing Monday games. They don't want so Monday, Tuesday games. Because they play on the ASUN plays on Wednesdays or Thursdays. And then you have Thursdays with Conference USA, Wednesdays and Saturdays with Sundays with Yankton. But they play on Saturdays, so they're Saturdays, so they Yankton the one game. They're playing, so yeah, it's just crazy how the scheduling works because of these games, and so they have to kind of have to play on days you don't want to play on. Honestly, if you don't play on Mondays, you're just you're not the team that plays on Mondays. But if you're not a team that plays on Mondays, normally, or most teams actually don't. But it's kind of one of those things where it's yeah. So I don't know. But yeah. Here's what it is. So yeah. And 10 games on the 16th, or the 9th has her 8th Sun game. You have a game on the 24th Conference USA. So then you have the 2nd March with a Missouri Valley Conference game. So just a bunch of these conferences have games. So at odd times, but it is what it is. Trying to get these games, and you don't want the game to count as a forfeit. It won't count as a forfeit due to the weather. But in the NCAA's eyes too, if it's due You know, like if the game is no contest, it's not like it's a forfeit. Hey, like you know how like they didn't like I don't remember was it San Jose State? They forfeit because of the like the teams forfeit San Jose State because of the transgender volleyball player. And they volleyball. They had um it's not like that. It's like a forfeit due to like injury, or if it's a like injury, if it's a forfeit due to injury, or weather conditions, then then it doesn't count as a loss. But unless it's in the conference tournament or a postseason tournament, but if it is, what they'll do is you'll just as if like can't be made, especially like the WBIT, WNIT, or like a conference tournament. You know, if you can make it up a different day, you know, like maybe, you know, they'll have it a different day. You know, and if they can push it back a day, they'll push it back a day. You know, maybe the tournament. You know, or switch the times around the games, stuff like that. So.